Yeah.
What is up, everybody? It's me above the zero, and today with me again.
Same as always, Dre Hyman. Nothing new.
Alright, we got a couple of good stories for you today, so let's get straight into it.
So first up on our docket is another Smash tournament. A little bit more news for the Smash community. There was another Smash 4 tournament, the Big House 5 this year, and nothing new, 0-1 again. But he had a little bit of trouble going through the bracket this time. He was actually knocked into the losers bracket for, I think, the first time. And Seagull Joe took him down.
Who's that?
He's a Smash player who took down 0 at Big House 5. And nothing new other than that. I mean, 0 makes it to the finals and goes up against Nairo. Same thing that always happens at every major tournament. But it was really close this year. Nairo wound up, because he was in the winner's bracket, he had a set to spare, so he used that first set to test out a few characters to play up against Zero's Sheik. He wanted to see if maybe there was another weakness he could exploit. So he played Zero Suit Samus, and then he played Robin, and I think for the third set he played Meta Knight, which was a strange pick for him to use, no doubt. Meta Knight's not as strong as he was in Brawl. But after that, the second set, when they were both actually going full tryhard, was really close. Nairo took the first game, and then Zero kind of dominated him for the second game, but then the third game was... it was tight, but then Nairo wound up winning it, and Zero came in clutch and wound up winning 2 in a row to take the whole tournament, and still hasn't lost a major or any Smash tournament, but he was knocked in the losers bracket this time. Legendary performance. This is who I am. I'm just an animated... So anyway, as usual, when we have CSGO news, we're going to turn to our homie above the zero, and he's going to hook us up with all that info.
Alright, so on Gold Per 10, there was an article saying why unions are bad for esports. So when we're talking about unions, they have the best interest of either the worker, the organization, the company, whatever the union is for, to create deals. They have lawyers on retainer, and they enact the agenda that they have for who they're representing. So in this article, there's a players union going up against the teams. They're saying they won't go to tournaments if XYZ conditions are met, and they want this amount of salary. Then they have a whole list of demands in the email to the teams. Now, because of this, I believe that it's going to force the teams to union up together, because if the teams union together and say, we're going to set a salary cap here, $3,000 a month, $2,000, whatever they decide to choose, and if they do that, then the players union, the lawyers that they have when the players are coming into delegations to try to pick up the salary, it's... You can see where this is going. Because of a players union, a team union is going to come up. They're going to clash heads. They're going to try to make stuff happen. Maybe one's more effective than the other. And then because of this, I believe that also tournament organizers are going to create a union of themselves, as in ESL, ESEA, Fragbite, DreamHack. Because if you don't know, Turner has bought 20 weeks of programming and want to make their own league for CSGO. So... because of that, the Fragbites, the DreamHacks, those are like tier 2 on the ESL ratings due to money, which means the top tier teams aren't going to go to them. Because, well, why would you go to that tournament when you can practice for the ESL and it's twice or 3 times the amount of money? So because of that, it's going to create more unions to be had, and I think it will be bad for the scene because we won't see as much top tier competition going to all the tournaments that we have, and it could cause oversaturation.
Bummer.
That's my opinions. You tell me what you think in the comments, but let's hop into the next story. Alright, so next in the news on the Daily Dot is SK Gaming is on the verge of disbanding after a player revolt, and J-Ray Hymans, he's going to explain it to you.
Well, SK Gaming has been a pretty big team in the League of Legends scene for a while. They've been in they've been a major competitor in every single split so far in Europe, and this last season they had a really just abysmal performance in the regular season. They were just awful. They didn't place. They didn't get into the. Oh, well, they didn't place. They didn't get into the playoffs, and they wound up in the relegation tournament, where they were eliminated by Gamers 2, Ocelot's organization that we talked about last week. And there were a whole bunch of events leading up to that relegation that just set this team up for just cataclysmic failure. There was a lot of controversy about whether the players were being paid the right amount of money or not, and a lot of them were being underpaid, and it was causing a lot of just arguments and disgruntled feelings from all the players. There were scandals about replacing N-rated at the support position with just another player because they weren't satisfied with his performance, and the team kind of grouped together and rallied behind him to support him to stop that from happening, but in the end the organization just ignored them and replaced them anyway. There were just a lot of controversies that went down with this team, and unfortunately it's looking like it's going to lead to their disbanding. On November 15th, Fox and I believe Freddy122.
It's yes.
Yeah, their contracts run out, and it's just that's going to be the end of their long run in the LCS. They've been a very impactful team, and they've been on top for a while too. Even just in the summer split, they were spring split rather. They were on top. They barely lost any games. Granted, they didn't really place in the finals, but they had a fantastic performance during the regular split, and it's really a downer to see this team go. They've done so much for the community. Well, I'm not going to go that far, but they've been a pretty major player in the scene for a long time.
Alright, so this next story is on the Daily Dot, and it's telling you about the rebranding of Teammate. Now, there are two people called Alan Debevois and...
I think it's Debevois, but I'm not sure.
Alright, whatever. He's a founder of Machinima. And Stephen Kaplan, a co-owner of the Memphis Grizzlies, they have bought out Team 8. Now, they were dropped down into the relegation tournament, and then they made it back into the LCS. So, Team 8 sold their brand to these two people, and they rebranded it to a team called the Immortals. Now, because it's completely rebranded, there's potential that the players and management are going to be completely swapped out, and we're going to see a whole new teammate when it comes to the spring split. It's a possibility. It's not very high, but you have to remember, Kelly Trolls, this was his last season because now he's going back to pharmacy school. So, I mean, they picked up a team that's in turmoil right now, and hopefully they can turn it around because I don't want to see him get relegated again.
Yeah, that's always a shame, especially like when you have teams like SK getting relegated.
So, when we look at this, there have been a lot of companies that have been investing into teams into the CS scene, the Challenger Series, to try to bring them up into the LCS so that they can sell their LCS spot to other companies for a profit. Now, this could cause issues in player rights and them not being treated the way they should be, even in the SK situation where they weren't getting the salary they should be getting. It's like differences between what the management wants and what the players are going to do. There's a whole bunch of situations that can come up. So Riot may look at this and want to do something about it. One thing that I would suggest, I don't think it's the best, is a franchise model, kind of like the NFL and the NBA has.
But the problems with a franchise model would be that it would, in order to create a franchise system, you would have to completely rework everything about the LCS, how there's the relegation tournaments and the ability for anybody to make a team, and if they can perform well to become pro and get into the LCS, you would have to change that system. It would have to be more similar to professional sports. There'd be a draft, something like that, which would make it a lot harder and really get rid of one of the signature points of esports.
And we'll keep this
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in on this week's episode of Esports Upload. If you have any inclination to continue digging and feel like we didn't give enough information, all the articles that we use will be in the description for you to click on yourself, and put anything else that you want to share with us in the comments, and we'll make sure to read them all. Next week, we'll be coming out with a special episode summing up everything that's happened so far in group stage for the Worlds, because it'll be over by then. And we'll also analyze our predictions and see who was more right and who was John. So, we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. Finals this year.
Why'd you say Wednesday? What if it comes out on Thursday?
Well, now I have to start over.
No, just go from... No, it's fine. Try that again.
Alright.
I'm gonna try that
Let's
again.
try that one
I'm
more
gonna
time.
try that one more time. Are
Yeah.
you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
I'm born.
I'm not gonna...
Shit together.
Well, it's all we...
No excuses.
No excuses.
Do it! No, stand up the Ewok.
Alright, everybody.
Ewok, more like E-fall.
Alright. You
Just-
really don't want to be on bloopers, do you?
No, I mean, the bloopers are a thing, okay? I'm not setting up
Yeah, messed up.
the fucking Ewoks, dude. Been drinking all night. Oh yeah! Fuck, we're recording. No, Ewok. E-fall. E-Sam. He plays Smash. He's pretty good too. He's a Pikachu main.
This is not professional at all.
E-Sam is a Pikachu main. He plays Smash 4. He usually
Why
gets
do I
to the
record
semis
with
in
him?
those tournaments. What?
Huh?
What'd you fucking say?
Nothing. There, whenever you're ready, dude.
He's a
Before
bald
we-
dude.
Me?
No, E-Sam. Yeah, you're a bald dude, dude.
That
What,
might
where's
suck.
your hair? It was funny when they compared Freak's hairline to LeBron
They're like,
James.
"Yeah."
Alright.